You know, for all spring and early summer, we've been extra cool and more rain than normal. And we're right into that transition time to where we're heading back to normal. We're headed for upper 90s and it's been sunny and warming up. So I'm gonna head out and work on these trusses before it gets really too hot on me. So this will be the basic layout of my truss frame, 2x6 top and bottom. Now these two are going to be for the center two on both the east and west side. So I'll have the base layer of the 2x6s, I'll put in an OSB for the center, and then another layer on top. And then down the roof line on 2-foot centers, I'm going to put 2x6 joist hangers on it that'll actually carry the rafters in the roof. So I need 4 of these, so I need 4 per truss, 4 trusses. I need 16 2x6s cut to this pattern. So I'm just going to make all these patterns and then I'll cut my OSB so I can kind of do this a little more production wise maybe. Now the end ones are going to be a little bit different, but I'll do this first while I kind of have this in my mind. So this is how my end joint is going to be that comes out over the wall. Got that kind of figured out. And for the top, I've got all those cut out. And then this bottom framework to my truss, I've got all my extra pieces cut out here. Then my 2 OSB pieces are going to break here at 8 feet. So this tapered end here, I've got cut out here. And since these trusses are 18 feet long, my second OSB is going to stop right here at 16 feet. And then I have my last piece of OSB cut out here. I've got all those pieces cut. And my first piece of OSB is going to be 4 foot. Well, I'm 4'7", but that's going to come down to the first 8 foot. And I have all of those cut out here, ready to go. And where my OSB stops at 4 foot, and I'm going to have a little filler stuck in for this corner. And I've got all those cut out here as well. So I think I'm ready just to start assembling. Now some of these are nice straight boards, some of them have slight bends. So I'm going to lay on my first OSB. In this case, this top board is the straight one. So I'm going to line up my OSB for that one. My bottom one has about a 1/2 inch little belly to it, and I'll pull that up into place using my OSB for a straight edge and bring this all together. And first of all, I'll staple my OSB here full length, then I'll set my second tier of 2x6s, and then I'll go through and nail all that, flip this over and nail from the other side. In order to keep my joints tight, I did bring a pipe clamp out. Use that to keep all my joints snug before I start to staple the OSB down. I'm gonna span my joint. Sandwich my end. One thing about these being on a wedge, they go in snug. Hopefully not too snug. Try to hold this in place so I can turn it over. That should do it for a center truss. So I've got my 4 center trusses done and starting to do my end trusses, and they're basically the same except I'm putting in nailers for the tin as it comes up on the outside, and then I only have to put my joist hangers on one side instead of both sides. Well, this little gin pole setup is something I built back before I had this tractor. It's actually designed to fit on the back of a pickup, and then where I have this chained up to my grapple actually went back to the bed of my pickup. Kind of worked like a wrecker truck a little bit, but it allowed me to pick up objects that were too heavy for me to pick up. Have this winch on it that's rated at 3,200 pounds. So it's pretty handy in its day, but I haven't used it for a long time. So I decided to put it on the bucket of this tractor to help me pick up these trusses to put them on the building. Well, there just happened to be 2 holes in the back corner of my bucket for a 1/2-inch bolt, so I just went and bolted the back end of these poles right into that bucket. And so I can tilt it with the bucket itself, and I can raise this pole with the grapple as well. I have this type of a grab hook on the end that I can hook onto my strap that I picked up my trusses with. So that's just going to allow me, I'm thinking, to put these trusses up on the walls of my pole barn. Now I am in kind of the bad habit of doing things by myself. I just kind of pick away at it as I can, as out here as well as in the shop. I just have got used to it, but I need a second pair of hands and a second pair of eyeballs. So I think I've got somebody that will come out and help me set these trusses. Well, all in all, it went pretty well. Kind of surprised how well it went with my makeshift hoist on my tractor, but had plenty enough height. And the friend Steve came out, and that extra set of eyes and hands was just the right combination to get these set up there. So now I get to put in the rafters, or some call them purlins, or whatever they are, all the 2x6s and my joist hangers. So I'll continue on, and kind of fun to see it come together. Appreciate you following along.